You're lying on a gurney, scared, in pain, and somebody hands you a clipboard. You sign it without reading it because you're terrified and you trust the system. 3 weeks later, a bill for $47,000 lands in your mailbox for a routine ER visit that should have cost $2,000. Welcome to America's silent epidemic. Medical billing fraud, and almost nobody talks about it because hospitals count on your shame and confusion to keep you quiet. Here's what they don't tell you. Over 100 million Americans currently carry medical debt, and a 2019 study found that 2/3 of all bankruptcies in this country are tied to medical bills, even among people who had insurance. Insurance! You paid your premium every month like a good citizen, and it still wasn't enough. This isn't an accident. After the 1980s, hospital pricing systems became deliberately opaque, something called the chargemaster, a secret price list with numbers that have almost no connection to actual cost. A Tylenol pill that costs 5 cents can show up on your bill as $15. Nobody questions it because nobody understands it, and that confusion is the business model. You probably think this only happens to careless people, the uninsured, the unlucky. It doesn't. It's happening to disciplined, hard-working Americans who did everything right. And what happens next to their credit, their homes, their savings is something almost nobody survives untouched.
So how does a $2,000 visit become a $47,000 nightmare? It starts with something called balance billing, when an out-of-network doctor treats you inside an in-network hospital without you ever knowing, and you get hit with the difference. You didn't choose that anesthesiologist. You didn't choose that radiologist reading your scan from another state, but you're the one who pays for it. Take Bobby, a 41-year-old warehouse worker from Ohio. He had insurance through his job, did everything by the book, went to an in-network hospital for a kidney stone. 6 months later, collections agencies started calling. Turns out the surgeon who treated him was technically out of network, even though Bobby never met him before that day and had zero say in who walked through that door. This isn't new. It traces back to how American healthcare pricing exploded after employer-based insurance became the norm post-World War II and accelerated through the 1980s and 90s as hospitals merged into massive systems with enormous negotiating power and almost zero transparency. Add in the 2008 financial crisis when millions lost jobs and employer coverage simultaneously, and medical debt became the single fastest-growing category of debt in collections in American history. And here's the part that should make you furious. Studies show up to 80% of medical bills contain errors, duplicate charges, services never received, codes inflated on purpose. Most people just pay it, assuming the hospital is right. But there's a reason these systems count on you staying silent, and the moment people learn how to fight back, the entire game changes.
Here's the truth. Hospitals hope you never learn. You have more power than you think, and most of these bills are negotiable, contestable, or flat out wrong. Start by requesting an itemized bill, not a summary, the full itemized version. Federal law gives you the right to it, and just asking forces transparency they were counting on you never demanding. Next, learn the phrase financial assistance policy. Nonprofit hospitals, and most hospitals in America are technically nonprofit, are legally required to offer charity care programs based on income. Most patients never even ask, so the money sits there unused while families drown in debt they didn't have to carry. If something looks wrong, dispute it in writing, not over the phone. Paper trails protect you. Bobby did exactly this, pulled his itemized bill, found duplicate charges, and got his $47,000 reduced to under $9,000 just by asking the right questions instead of staying silent. Remember, after the 2008 crash, Americans learned the hard way that silence protects institutions, not people. The same lesson applies here. Negotiating medical debt isn't shameful, it's smart, and it's how millions of Americans are quietly clawing back control over their financial lives. You don't have to be a victim of a system built on confusion. Ask questions, demand documentation, push back. That's how you win. If this story hit home, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment below if you've ever faced a medical bill that didn't add up. Your story might help someone else fight back too.